Hi cats, Robbie B, the English Game Cat here, with Brian, Dave and AJ on Viewer Takeover. Today, special day, because they've released 1.04 patch for Aspire, and we're going to have a look now. Here we go, guys.
Use the emergency handle to open them.
Where's the fucking...
Grab the emergency release handle and pull to crack the door. It should be just to one side.
Where's the switch? Where was the switch?
No melters over here. Movement and IK neural networks looking stable.
It's still shit. Brian, roll the intros.
This is Viewer Takeover, where we film every Monday night at whenever time we get around to filming it, and then we bring it to you on Tuesday, whatever time we get around to editing it, and that's how this thing works. My name's Brian Pop from this channel right here without parole, and to my left, your middle, is... Actually, is that to my left? Yeah, that's right, AJ from PSVR Underground.
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Who else is here, AJ?
We have Senor Dave Station VR.
How's it going? That's me on the right? Left? I'm on the left
You're
now.
in the
Where
far
am I?
left, yeah.
Far left. I miss being in the middle.
No,
really
but
do.
you seem like a far left kind of guy to me,
Hey, there you go.
right?
Yeah, I've read some Foucault.
Is there any way we can all be on the far left? All right. Every week on Viewer Takeover, we scour the comments, we scour the videos for the hashtag Viewer Takeover. We also check our Discord channel. Make sure you join the Discord server. But this is a show where we thank a lot of the viewers. And the first viewer we want to thank is that awesome Game Cat who sent us that awesome Viewer Takeover introduction, lengthy as it was.
Robbie B.
The
So
English Game
posh.
Cat.
The English Game Cat.
Right? That was he was English as fuck. Like he's not kidding
as
around.
Expected, as advertised,
As-
as seen on TV. No, a really, really good intro from him. I love how he tested out the new latest patch, which was a graphics update for Aspire, and seemed like he was still stuck there. So, Robbie, if you need help, just let us know. We will come and find you out of there, man, right away.
He's still in that little tube that he started in.
That's
Another shout out to him too. We played some touring carts. He joined me and Brian and a couple other cats, and we had an absolute blast playing touring carts together.
Nice.
So.
we coined the term reverse chicken.
Reverse chicken. That's right.
We'll leave that up to your imagination, though.
Yes, it's a sex
I
position.
think I can picture it. Okay, I pictured it. Yeah.
If you want to introduce next week's Viewer Takeover, well, you're in luck because there is definitely no Viewer Takeovers in the queue. So make sure you send your please shorter than Robbie's, introduction to withoutparole@gmail.com. But Robbie, of course, and future Viewer Takeover introducers are not the only people we want to thank. We also want to thank
That's right.
these people down here. These are people who went to patreon.com/withoutparole.
Games.
And they're the ones giving us $1 or more every single month. I do this full time, guys. Nothing else is paying the bills. Only you guys and a small amount of YouTube ad revenue. So thank you very, very much to all of our Patreon supporters. Get your name on that list right where it belongs and show us that you love me almost as much as I love you. I've been saying this for 3 years. I still can't get it right.
We gotta help this dude buy his Moss skateboard. He put it in the cart. He took it out of the cart because he didn't have enough
couldn't do
money.
it.
And
This guy should have a Moss skateboard on his wall, don't you think?
He was like, damn it, I need to buy Ski Jump Pro. And that's not the only people we want to thank now, is it, Brian?
They are not the only people we want to thank, AJ.
We would also like to thank the people that followed Beauty Decay and changed their name to something Game Cat, something Game Cat, something adjacent. And starting with this week, we have 2 new entries. And the first one's going to be Hibsy, the Game Cat.
And can we say, it's about time, Hibsy. Thank you for finally making the conversion.
Yes, you are one of us. One of us. Are you Dr. Hibbsy? I think he was also, Dr. Hibbsy was also playing touring cards with you. That's got to be you.
It's got to be Dr. Hibbsy. How many Hibbsies can there be?
Yeah, not many.
I don't know.
And also, I need a doctor, so tell me that's you.
We should have a Hibbsy the Doctor Game Cat, because I don't think anybody else is the Doctor Game Cat. Everyone should just say what their profession is.
Game Cat PhD.
You know? Yeah.
Anyways, we also have Genetic Blasphemy, the newly minted Game Cat.
Fresh and clean.
Fresh and so clean.
Nice. Nice. Genetic Blasphemy, also another long time supporter of the channel. Finally changed to the Game Cat moniker. If you don't know, Game Cats are the loyal following of Without Parole. How did that happen? Well, it's a story, but it's not worth telling right now. AJ, what's the point of the show?
The point of this show is, I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, it's actually, we
There's
take
no way to find
all
out.
of your questions that you send in. You can do it several different ways. You can leave a comment on any video saying #viewer takeover, where we like to answer your comments and questions that you have for us. And we just like to shoot the shit with you for a little bit. And, of course, take a moment to thank all of the patrons and subscribers and everybody who supports us in several different ways. And so first up, we have John B. from PSVR Gamescast Live writes, Beat Saber Green Day pack I see in the store. Anyone trying this one?
I think we can all say yes.
Yeah.
Did we all try it? I think we all enjoyed it. AJ has been saying forever, as have we all, we need some variety in these things. And,
not just metal, variety.
Not just metal.
I can't talk today either.
I think, they could have picked Green Day songs that I liked better. And I was actually really excited when they played Welcome to Paradise at the Game Awards. Because I thought for sure
I thought that would be there.
That meant it was going to be in the pack. But for $8, $8.99, it's the best pricing, I think, of any of the DLC packs so far. You get your 6 songs, and then you've also get the free 90-degree update, which is really cool. Did you guys like the 90-degree thing? What'd you think?
So I liked the 90-degree. First impressions of my 90-degree playthrough was great, but I thought, because I had only checked a couple of the songs, I only played a few of them, and I saw that there were only easy modes, and so I thought that there were only easy modes for all of the 90-degree stuff.
It's confusing because some are Expert Plus only, and some are hard only and normal only. They could have had more difficulty options.
So I haven't actually gone back. I've only played 90-degree songs on easy, and I enjoy them. But obviously, I need to go back and really fully experience harder difficulties.
There's a few on hard. I wouldn't suggest, obviously, Expert Plus on 90 degrees.
Can't even do that on normal.
AJ can do it, I'm sure. But you and I think there's some hard ones. There's some normal ones. They're pretty fun to check out. It's I think we've talked in the past about where could Beat Saber go in the future. Do they have any ideas left up their sleeve, or is this sort of we've seen all there is to see? And I think this is a nice push in the right direction. It's something cool, a tweak to the gameplay that feels fresh. And as soon as you hop in, it's okay, I could see more of this. This would be awesome. As an incrementally, improving on the game or whatever.
And with games like Audica, it's kind of taking some of the mind share away from Beat Saber. This is a good way for them to get some of it back.
Definitely. I actually have some great news. So when the update hit live at 3 a.m., I stayed up to do it, to live stream it. And unfortunately, it was blocked because it had so many copyright claims. The email list was just claim. And it ended up getting blocked by the label. So Mr. Yaroslav Beck, big shout out to him, the creator of Beat Saber himself. And I think maybe Jan was involved too, actually helped me and got my video released from being blocked. So you can go back now. It's very low in views because it was blocked right after. But but you can see my first impressions. And I was actually one of the first because there was nobody else on the leaderboard. So I'm talking shit. I'm first in the world. And there's nobody on there. So you can actually go check out my first impressions. I go through all the Green Day songs, and then I do a lot of the 90-degree update stuff. And man, I absolutely love it. It's a great way to get me back into Beat Saber. I had definitely needed a break from all the electronic music. I nothing against that, but after a while it just starts to wear on me a little bit because it's not really what I listen to.
You mean Imagine Dragons didn't pull you out of the Beat Saber doldrums?
When Beat Saber has the music that you personally like, it really shows how fun this game can be and how much that helps transcend the gameplay into like a bigger and better experience. And Green Day is a great one. Green Day is, I've been a fan of them forever. You know, I used to play bass a lot actually, and we used to cover Green Day songs like Longview and I know like half of Mike Dirnt's bass lines. And one thing I really love too is a lot of the, I don't know about on the lower levels, but on Expert Plus, a couple of the songs, they make you feel like you're hitting the toms like Trey Cool, and they make you do these like little tom rolls and patterns and stuff.
They have that on hard too, like to a small degree. There's that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I really, really like how that was integrated into it. And yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that Beat Saber does not have to be limited to electronic music. It could have anything and be a lot of fun. And I think they need to keep expanding in this direction. This is a huge move for them in my eyes. I really like this pick of Green Day. Yes, I would like some of the older songs. I don't care. Like these songs are still really good and fun and enjoyable. So for me anyways. So yeah, really awesome update. And the 90 degrees is just, you know, another addition, and you don't even have to pay for that.
Yeah, piggybacking on your Tom's discussion there, it was very cool to see something I don't think I've seen in Beat Saber before. Usually when you see a series of blocks in a row, there's this pattern where you swipe down, then up for the next one, then down, then up for the next one. And this was like, hey, guess what? We want to make you feel like you're playing drums. And so like, you know, even like during like some like snare rolls or whatever, it was down, 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 like right in a row. So
right.
It was just a different feeling. And I remember I was playing Minority, and it almost reminded me of like when I was playing Astrobot. You just couldn't wipe the smile off my face because of just the feeling that experience gave me. It was really nice to play a pack from a band that I really enjoy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think for me, the two new songs from the album that's not out yet, those ones don't sound that much like Green Day to me for some reason. They're a little more like the vocal production and like
his singing style is different. Everything about it's a little bit different.
It's more like what is currently pop oriented and what would sound good on the radio these days, I guess.
They still sounded really good to me
out there. Yeah, they're not bad songs. I'm just saying, like, you know, Minority.
It's Green Day. You know, it's if it was just it's like, yeah, I mean, it's still got that Green Day vibe to it. It's still made by them, and it still feels like authentic Green Day, even though, yeah, it's completely different. It's from their, you know, their old stuff was a little bit more grungy and dirty, which I definitely used to love. But
yeah, I mean, the album was named after poop.
Dookie.
Right. No, it is surprising that there was nothing from 1039, nothing from Kerplunk, nothing from Dookie, nothing from Insomniac. Like, I mean, like this is the Green Day I grew up with, and it's just like nothing. Obviously, you can only have 6 songs. You got to maybe go for as many crowd pleasers as possible, but to have
these
nothing.
Are definitely the more popular. This was like once they were gone for 5 years and then came back, and then this was like a huge hit for them. So
yeah.
I mean,
nothing off Dookie is the surprising part. Like just one song off Dookie would have been amazing.
Especially, like I said, when you come out and you play Welcome to Paradise, right. I'm like, so it's in there, right?
right.
It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
And that was a little bit of a tease. That was a huge tease, actually. I got really excited.
It was still cool to see them come up and play. It was funny to see the crowd, though. The crowd was so like confused in some ways. I don't know. It was really funny. They like wanted to like dance and stuff. And even Billy Joe Armstrong was like, come on, dance. And he's like,
at the end, they were like, yeah, get out here.
It was like so awkward. But it was really cool.
My stream didn't work out. It kind of, I don't know what happened. My stream died like 10 minutes in, but I made this really fun thumbnail of like Billy Joe from that performance holding a red and a blue lightsaber on stage. And
Nice.
I thought it was fun. I liked it.
I want to see that. You need to send that thumbnail to Brian so he can post it right now.
Nope, okay. Probably not happening. I have like so many videos to edit tonight. This one is
back burner.
A little bit. I do like that there was a different background. They had the hand holding up the heart, which I loved. I love getting new backgrounds with these updates. So, you know, fun.
I love it though. I went back and played Minority, and it's like Ready Aim Fire, something like that, and I got like SS rankings on them and stuff. So I've been playing these like in my off time. That's how really they got me back into it. So nice. I haven't played Beat Saber in my off time in a long time. So it's nice to have something to like want to come back to when I have some spare time. And I got to tell you though, I didn't miss having a dry headset. You get so sweaty playing that game,
Oh,
and
yeah.
like I have to like sterilize my headset every single time afterwards.
My hope is that this sells so well that we can see another song pack from Green Day in the future, because I feel like 6 just isn't enough. We need 6 more ASAP.
Yeah, I would take it.
Or just keep it going. Just we're on the journey to some metal.
You're in your own little world over there, aren't you?
I don't know. Like, what metal band do you think it would be? Like,
I
what's the
don't
metal band?
know. I'm just kidding. I don't care.
No, I'm just curious. Like, what do you think is a band that's popular enough?
I don't think they know a single metal band at all.
Probably not. I mean,
The closest thing they do know is Riot, because they had Overkill. Like they know like metal step, I think is what somebody called it. Because I was like, it's metal, and they're like, this is metal step, and I'm like, okay, fine, it's metal step. I was just happy there was a guitar.
To this day, I still think nu metal and dubstep have a lot in common. When I heard Korn doing a dubstep song, I was like, oh, it makes sense. It all fucking makes sense.
I've heard lots of requests for Korn. I would like to see Slipknot, personally. Like
that would be intense. There's so many drums. Don't they have? Like,
I mean, there's other bands too. I've talked about Mastodon, Baroness, Ginger, so many. Opeth even, but Slipknot's kind of like a mainstream metal band.
Yeah,
now.
I think those other ones are too niche. Probably, I don't think we're gonna get an Opeth pack anytime soon. But
yeah.
Just want My Chemical Romance. That's all I'm asking for, right? And I don't even. But I need 100 song pack. Like I can't just take 6. 6 would be a tease. I need 100. I don't know. I don't think they have.
Well, there was a vote. There was a vote on Twitter.
$1,000.
There was a vote on Twitter, and they said, "Do you want more songs less often, or do you want more variety and stuff more often and have less songs?" And everybody voted less songs. All right.
That's fine, and I'm totally down with that until My Chemical Romance comes around, and then it's just I need 4 full albums of MCR, and I'll be happy. Moving on to our next question from Orthik.
I am Orthik,
the game cat. This comes from Discord. #viewer takeover. Do you think the PSVR history would have been different if the nav controller had a tracking ball?
That's like saying, do you think history would be different if the Xbox Kinect was actually good? Yes. It definitely would be different because we'd have a thumbstick. I still think it would need to have a joystick on the right hand, but I think it'd give developers a little bit more to work with here.
Nav controllers, AJ.
Oh.
Look at my thumbs moving those analog sticks.
Please.
In my mind.
Please, yes, go ahead.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, that works, right? I don't know. I think for early adopters, I know so many people get super crazy frustrated the second they get into a game and they're like, I don't understand how to move around. This is fucking bonkers. It's crazy. And I think and I'm wondering actually if even analog sticks would prevent a little motion sickness because it's a action you're way more familiar with. First person shooters moving to analog sticks. Is that something more people are comfortable with and associate with first person movement? Would it alleviate maybe even a small percentage of motion sickness? I think day one people would enjoy PlayStation VR a whole lot more if we'd had those.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, there's games that, for instance, did get ported here because the devs said, hey, you guys don't have thumbsticks, so we can't help you. Like I'm thinking, for instance, the multiplayer mode of Archangel. Specifically, the devs said, sorry, guys, no joysticks, can't do anything for you.
That's so ridiculous.
And so they probably could have come up with something, but it sort of turns off developers who have more options elsewhere. Like if they can make something for Quest or for PC that has thumbsticks available, and they don't want to limit themselves or come up with some.
The real question is,
if
it had thumbsticks on it, would you enjoy Immortal Legacy?
Yes, much better. Much better.
There you go. Everybody's view just changed.
I'd enjoy every game more with thumbsticks.
Yeah.
Because it would be this thing where you just like, I think at this point, the three of us and people who've been playing PSVR since day one, we're very, very comfortable with the hold down the move button and point control scheme. It's that is second nature. But man, it's like having 2 analog sticks. That's just it's just how I want to play games, man.
I would really like it because that means that click turning and teleportation. Well, maybe teleportation would still exist, but I think click turning and stuff would. I wonder if it would be more optional, if it would be like a second option to have that in versus like the primary thing that they do to get past certification.
I feel like the default would still be comfort settings. but you just have more options once you go outside the default.
Yeah.
It would still be annoying though. Click turning with the joystick would still be annoying.
You ever played Gungrave? Because if you ever played Gungrave, there was click turning, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the
And
analog stick.
click turning's not the worst thing in the world, but there's a lot of games where it's just it's awful.
Yeah. Dave, do you want to read the last question?
Absolutely. So we've got Todd Guyot. I don't know how to pronounce that.
He runs the Facebook group, Only PlayStation VR Reviews.
Oh, cool. Nice to meet you, Todd. Good looking out on the group. All right. So he says, #viewer takeover.
Like a pro.
With PS5 on the horizon, do you think PSVR titles will still be coming out for PS4, or do you think devs will now focus on next-gen VR? Will Iron Man be our last huge title that we can look forward to the soon obsolete current-gen console? And do you think PS4's PSVR run will be over? This is a long question. And it's time to make the leap to PS5.
First of all,
There's
let's
a
address
lot
the
to
first
dig
thing
into
here.
there. Yeah.
Do you think he capitalized Horizon on purpose?
Right.
I was going to
don't
ask
know
that.
about that.
Perfect.
I don't know about that.
No, go ahead. I just want to say that.
No, I mean, there's a lot to unpack here. Do you think devs will now focus on next-gen VR? The thing about that is I think there's devs who've been focused on this gen who still don't have their shit out yet.
Yeah.
And they've been delayed and working on stuff. So I think we're still going to see a lot of ports and like titles that we haven't seen before in the PS4 end of era kind of, generation here.
Yeah, we've still got a lot of great games. It's going to be, obviously, like the indie games and independent developers are literally the driving force of VR right now. They pretty much have been for the most part, keeping us happy while these big hitters have been coming out. Now, Iron Man's not the only big game to come out. Sniper Elite VR is also coming out, and that game looks amazing. So really, really looking forward to that. As of right now, those are definitely the two big hitters, like AAA style games that are coming out. But we heard about Stardust Odyssey and stuff like last second. There's going to be at least one or two more big games, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's more. I could definitely see that happening. However, I think it's safe to say, though, that there are some even bigger secrets being kept behind closed doors, and we're going to find out about those maybe next month or February, and they could be either PS4 or PS5. I know there's developers working on both right now for sure.
I mean,
so we know that the next big game, or technically as of now, the last big game that we have coming is like, what is Iron Man? March?
Oh,
Something
great.
like that?
I think it's the end of February.
It's end of February. Okay. So they aren't going to leave a window from the end of February to when the PS5 releases with no big titles. Like there's going to be something big that we don't know about yet.
Yeah.
In that meantime, because they can't just leave like 8 months.
No. Astrobot was announced at E3 2018, and then came out in like October. So it was very possible we can get something like that. I would love to actually get something like that, where we get an announcement for a game. Could be this Horizon Zero Dawn rumor going around. It could be anything, but they got a couple tricks up their sleeve, most likely.
Yeah, I mean, we say countless, like pretty much week after week, that the best time to pick up a console is at the end of its generation, right? At the end of its life cycle, right? Because the best games always come out pretty much like as soon as the next console is launching, or even after. So, in the fact that PS5 is going to be backward compatible with PS4 and so the PlayStation VR games with the same headset, like it just makes sense that there's going to be plenty of developers saying, why are we going to make a game for PS5 when that's a much smaller market? Right. We could make our VR game for PS4, and so those people who are picking up a PlayStation 5 can still play because it's backward compatible, and we get the 100 million people who have a PlayStation 4, 5 million people have a PlayStation VR headset, and those are the people who are going to play the game more than the PS5 early adopters. So
you say that with pride, Brian. 5 million PSVR headsets. That's 4 million than everyone else. So you say that with some pride.
I do say it with pride, except I recently, was it Fast Travel Games who posted some sales figures about the leading VR headsets? and it was everything is selling much better on Quest than anything else. It's like PSVR was once the leader for all this stuff, and PSVR is no longer the leader. I mean, it's not like trailing. It's not trailing by like a ridiculous number, but like holy crap, like Quest is taking off, and PC VR is gaining ground. Sales figures are competition is great.
We need that. We need that to happen, because right now what's happened is that Sony's been doing all the legwork, and they've been getting crushed. They've probably been losing money a little bit left and right, and so they need the other markets to pick up the pace a little bit. And really create some, take some of that pressure off them to keep pushing things forward. So, and then, this is actually just exactly how we want it to play out in terms of growth. Because if Sony's the only one doing it and they're losing money by doing all these great innovative things, then they're going to end up losing money. They're a company. They need to make money. VR as a whole needs to start making more money, because the sooner that happens, the sooner we get more AAA titles, and we are steadily heading in that direction. But it's going to take some time. We knew that this was the beginning of this is going to be a new era of gaming at some point, and it's not going to start out just sweeping the world away. There's lots of stuff still being figured out, so give them time to figure things out. And absolutely keep going, Quest and PC.
Yeah, I mean,
VR brethren.
The interesting thing about Quest is I feel like it's kind of bound to have a higher attach rate for how many titles get sold on it, because with a PS4, you can buy all sorts of stuff that isn't VR. And like a lot of gamers aren't just VR only, even if they get a VR headset. So like you're using your PS4 for maybe Blood and Truth, but then also you got the new Jedi game, or you got like Outer Worlds or something. And so it's split between those different uses.
There's a lot of people like us, like me and Brian, though, that we play VR and we're just like, I can't go back. Like,
but that's still like a niche within a niche.
Yeah, we're a small minority.
Quest, when you buy a Quest, the only thing it can do is VR games. That's 100% what it's for, and you can bring it to show your friends or whatever. So I feel like it's a lot easier to decide to buy games on a platform that you bought specifically for that purpose. Like, okay, I'm going to buy every fucking thing on Quest that I can, versus PlayStation, where you could be having a varied, set of experiences.
Right. And I still
think
it
makes sense. I don't know how hardware sales have been. I'm curious to see like numbers on the Quest.
Oh, I'd like to see that too. I think we're still in that honeymoon phase too, because the Quest hasn't been out that long. When PlayStation VR had been out this long, all of us, I remember we were just buying every single thing that we could get our hands on. It didn't matter if it was good or bad. If there was a new PlayStation VR game on the store, every week you go, is there a new one? No. Next week, is there a new one? Oh yeah, but it's harmonics, music, fucking whatever. Like, I'm gonna buy it anyway. It's just fucking sirens on my end, of course. So I think the Quest is still in that honeymoon phase where there's so many new owners, and they are like doing exactly what we did. It's going, there's a new game on the store, I gotta buy it. Okay, there's another new game on the store, I gotta buy it. And I feel I'm a little bit jealous of like new VR owners, because the quality of games that they're getting week to week is definitely much better than the quality of game we were getting 3 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, they just like surprise released Star Trek Bridge Crew on the Quest, like out of nowhere. And I've heard the Climb is really good. I just bought it. I haven't played it yet. Did you get a chance to play the Climb yet? People are saying it's crazy on Quest.
Not yet.
It's really good.
I should check it out. How much did it cost?
Tonight I'll try it. It's $30, which is kind of steep for a Quest game, but it's supposed to be one of the best ones they've got available. So
right on. I got a lot on my plate over the next couple of days, but if I find some free time, the Climb will be front and center. All right, you guys. I think that might have to do it for this episode of Viewer Takeover. I got a lot to do tonight, so let's see here. Let's make sure we say all the proper things. Subscribe to Without Parole if you don't already. Subscribe to PSVR Underground if you don't already. Subscribe to Dave Station VR if you don't already. Also, make sure you leave your hashtag Viewer Takeover question in the comments below, or join our Discord server. You should do that anyway to be part of the ongoing conversation. The link is in the description. Make sure you send your Viewer Takeover introduction to withoutparole@gmail.com. Keep it short, keep it simple, keep it sexy. And also change your name to GameCat. Put hashtag GameCat in the comments, because you love us almost as much as we love you. See, I got it right that time. I need a little practice. Practice makes...
Said it like a robot last time. Almost as much as we love you.
I hate when my mechanics start to show. Guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me and doing another episode of Viewer Takeover. We missed last week, so we had to make this week extra special. Have a wonderful night. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, AJ. My name's Brian.
Have a good night, guys.
And we're out.
Now that everyone is gone and you have discovered there is a secret ending to every single viewer takeover, did you know that there's a secret ending to every single viewer takeover? I bet you didn't until now. Well, welcome to the After Hours podcast, where we have an in-depth discussion that only you know about because you're special, because you stayed after the credits like it was a Marvel movie.